All right, we are back in the Freezer Podcast. It's Matt here with Sanjay, also joined by our buddy here, Mon Green, talking shop about the Packers. Now we've done enough kind of football chatter here, so I want to segue into something that is near and dear to, I think, all three of us up here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're wearing the Batman shirt. You got the Gotham
I
City.
got a tattoo.
He's got a tattoo. He's got the ring on.
I got the Gotham shirt on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you are obviously, of course, a notorious Batman fan. So
Correct.
You probably told the story a million times, but you give a quick synopsis of how you kind of glommed onto the character and what made him important to you.
Okay. Well, it started when I was 12.
Okay.
And it was Tim Burton's depiction of Batman.
That was mine too.
Absolutely.
Jack Nicholson as Joker.
The best, probably one of the best ones. It's hard now.
Yeah.
With Heath Ledger
Robert,
there,
was
too.
it Robert Moore, the comedian? He was one of the
Yeah,
characters.
Yep.
Kim Basinger.
Yep.
She was in
Vicky
as well.
Vale.
She was Vicky Vale. But yeah, when I was already into watching the syndicated series from the 60s
Okay.
on either early morning TV or late night TV. It was one or the other, or right after school.
Okay.
So that
Build
was,
Adam West.
Adam West,
Burt Ward, yep.
Burt Ward,
Oh, yeah.
Burgess Meredith as the Joker, I believe. So that's when it started. But then when I saw that movie, start to finish,
I'm
I
in.
was like, game over. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
a Batman fan all day.
Yep.
It's just so sweet. So the following week, or when the season started up for football, I told my dad, we go to our barber in there in Los Angeles. I said, can Reggie cut the Batman symbol into the back of my head? He's like, I don't know. Let's find out. So we get there to the barber shop, and I had drew it up, you know. He's like, then he drew it up, redrew it for himself, and he cut it out. He put it on my head, and he cut the outline, and he did it. And I was like,
That's awesome. That is
I
awesome.
still have a Polaroid. I don't know where that, I could find it. I had a Polaroid of it. But yeah, and then the nickname came when I took my helmet off during practice. And my coach was, a good coach, and he's a joker. He's, what's up, Batman? He was making a joke of it. And then everybody just started laughing, and that's when it stuck.
Yeah, it's
But
stuck.
It
Absolutely.
stuck on so many levels. But yeah, I wasn't really reading comic books then, just watching the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as I grew up, college, high school, and then once I got here, I said between here and Seattle, that's where reading comic books, getting deep into it, I was like, I picked the right dude.
Yeah,
Yep, you did.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
There's no
100%.
superpowers. It's just
Exactly.
right here, the mind and the
Yeah.
money, obviously.
That's why.
Exactly, man.
It was like no
He's
superhuman.
one of us.
Yeah.
No superhuman strength. He's just kicking butt
Yeah, absolutely.
because he trains.
He's
he
trained.
lifts weights.
Absolutely.
He got trained by Alfred and all that other stuff. The
Yeah.
Ra's al
Ghul,
Ghul,
yep.
different arcs that you read. So yeah, that's what did it.
So the Dark Knight trilogy, probably my favorite trilogy of any
With
trilogy.
Christian Bale,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a little bit biased, of course. I'm curious to know what your opinion was of like the DCEU Batman, sort of with Ben Affleck and kind of what they did there. It had a rough go at it. I have some thoughts about it. I'm curious what you think about that run.
Ben was okay. I was a little worried in the first pick of it because it was just I knew his background of Daredevil.
Yep.
But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said
Right, of
maybe the
course.
director didn't give him enough direction. Maybe he didn't guide him to the books to read.
Yeah.
Because the movie was just not good.
Not good.
It was not good for the guy. And his comic book acting career, but his acting career obviously
of course.
went down a little bit, but then popped back up right before Batman. It was Argo and all
He did
that.
Argo, he won the Oscar
he
for
won
it, yeah.
Right, when you do that, it's like boom.
Yeah.
He's sitting on cloud nine, going
back.
right into this Bruce Wayne character.
Yeah.
So that right there gave me a lot of confidence in knowing that he was going to do a good job at acting. And then from there, I was able to be in that one.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was
this
gonna
is
segue.
like-
I'm like, what was your
if you
experience
don't
like
know,
on that?
he was in it.
Yeah, I was. So that one was where I never really thought I would. Never thought I would fanboy, but I did.
Did you see? Like what?
Oh
what did
man!
you,
So I get there on
I gotta
set. So
know.
we shot my scene in Detroit.
Okay.
And so I get there, fly over, 30 minutes. It's a short flight from here to Detroit. I was like, cool. I don't have to get on the plane forever. So that was one. And then, but we get there on set the next day, and he's in suit. So Ben's in full post-apocalyptic suit.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
with
the desert
Oh,
back
the
there.
desert back- yeah.
The parademons flying in
Yeah.
scene where he looks in the box and there's no
Got the trench coat
it's no
on.
it's no kryptonite, it's just the
Right.
light.
Yep.
So it's that scene, and I'm just sitting there in the chair like
You pinching yourself a bit? Like,
Yeah, you're
am
like,
I
am I
here
it's
right
not even-
now?
I'm like, oh, this is sweet. Right. But it was between that, I was like, like Zack Snyder, the director, he's like, "You good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." I said, "How can I get that suit though?" I was like, "I don't care who's in it right now. I want the suit." He's like, he just cracked it up. And so Ben came over. He took the mask off. He started talking. He talked. We introduced ourselves, and it was a good conversation.
That's really
we
cool.
We actually talked comic books and had a good talk. It was a couple fun facts about that conversation and me seeing him. One, before he shook my hand and said hello, he takes off the cowl, pops out a Marlboro, starts smoking a cigarette in full costume. I had a picture of it, but that phone, I don't know what happened to the pictures. I was like,
Batman.
I did, because I couldn't really take pictures, so I did one of these.
Oh yeah, just a little.
And I caught him like doing that.
Yeah.
I took like three of them. Boom, 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 boom. It was like boom, 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 boom. So that was another that was one fun fact. The other fun fact was it was a Saudi prince, a real Saudi prince, on set behind camera, sitting next to Zach. And I'm like, okay. So he basically was going to be like me in an extra.
Yeah.
But he had his one seat, but he was just talking it up about what he knew about comic books and all that. Cool dude. In his backpack, he had this rare issue of Batman that it was a myth that Nicolas Cage had in a desk drawer at his house. He had a house party. Somebody stole it. And this was that comic book in his man's backpack that was worth $3.5 million.
Oh my gosh!
How am I not surprised that guy had that?
Sitting in his backpack. It was a Saudi prince, so
Yeah,
he better have a lot of things. And I'm just sitting there like, we talking about a piece of paper worth 3.5. I say, look, oh wow. But it was just interesting conversation. Those are two fun facts from that first day. This is day one.
Day one. How long were you there for?
I was there for 3 days.
Okay.
That's cool.
And so I got to meet, in terms of Ben, I met Ben, Amy Adams, and C.T. Fletcher. If you ever watch
C.T.
YouTube,
Fletcher.
he's from Compton, motivational speaker.
No, I haven't.
He's been having a rough go at it. I think he already had open heart surgery
Okay.
years ago, but I think he had another one. So I think he's doing okay. I haven't talked to him, but
Get better.
we connected then. Yeah, so hopefully get better. CT. So I met him, and obviously Zach, and producers and editors and costume designers, and
That's got to be a pretty cool experience, after playing at Lambeau and in the NFL to get to go on like a huge movie set, not just any movie set, but a Batman movie set.
the one I wished for. So like, what was crazy? So that was 2016. No,
15 when they were
14.
14,
It was
15.
2014.
Yeah.
That was 2014. So 2005, I did a radio interview, and of course, it was Batman that popped up as a topic. And they said, "What is one of your wishes of being a Batman fan?" I was like, "I would love to be a fly on the wall in a Batman movie one day." And that was my fly on the wall moment.
Yeah, of course,
You got it.
I did it. I was Thug number 2.
For two.
Yeah, at least you know it. Yeah.
I was Thug number 2.
You see the end credits, you're like, Thug 2, Thug 2,
Yep.
let's go.
I was Thug number 2. And so I handed CT the knife to go shank. If you watch the director's cut of Batman, Dawn of Justice, it's a scene, the prison scene, where the one guy that got branded,
Yeah.
He gets shanked
he
in
gets
the prison.
shanked in the prison. So I hand off the shank to CT.
All right, I'm gonna go home and watch that now because
Yeah.
I love the extended cut. By the way, I thought it added to the movie, but
Yeah.
I have to go watch it now.
Yeah,
knowing
so now I
That's
have
cool.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why, and so being that I was part of the movie, they told me why that scene got cut and a lot of scenes got cut because Warner Brothers didn't want to have a 3.5-hour superhero movie.
They should have.
But what happened to Endgame?
Yeah,
that
I was
was a
gonna say,
3-hour
yeah,
movie.
and then
I guess DC or
$100 billion,
Warner
you know?
Brothers didn't want to do that. See, Warner Brothers.
Well,
You
and
think too much
Yeah.
about stuff.
the stuff
A
they
3-hour
added in.
superhero movie is a good thing.
Good thing, man.
Warner Brothers.
Those extra scenes I thought were good
Right.
and added
Yeah,
to the movie,
absolutely.
particularly that shanking scene.
Well, yeah, they sent me an email saying, "Mom, your scene got cut, but it will be in the director's because Zach pushed for that." And I was like,
Good.
"Okay." I said, "I don't care." I was like, "I was already there. I got a little $20 paycheck from it. It's good."
All right, now my last Batman question, and we could probably go for days here. Obviously, they're going to be in the process of pre-production now on a new Batman movie directed by Matt Reeves. Here we go. Please give me your opinions.
I got problems already.
Give me some opinions on one Robert Pattinson.
That's where I
Johnny
got
the
problems.
Cow.
I mean, nothing against the man and his acting resume. Okay, he's got more. Trust me, I respect any actor. That is a hard. It's a hard thing to do. But he was a sprinkly vampire. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, What are you?
Just right now, as a Batman fan, it's hard. It's like unless you come to my house, Patterson, and work out with me and get swole.
Yeah,
Or you
she
find,
does.
Or you find who trained
If you
Henry
start looking
Cavill.
like this and you got arms like this, I'm sure you'll
You
get the
train
part.
with Henry Cavill's trainer. You better do it, because if not, we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, you can't be showing up chicken arm Batman.
You can't show it off
No, we
sparkling.
don't.
No.
If you come in there, I would lose it.
Do you feel at all comforted though? Like I remember when Heath Ledger was announced, and I'm sure pretty much everybody laughed that one off, and he ended up being awesome.
I called it.
You were good?
So
Okay.
that movie came out, actually hit theaters in 08.
08,
I was
yep.
a Texan then. So when they were shooting it, I already knew Heath Ledger's resume as an actor.
Oh, absolutely
Great,
phenomenal.
great resume.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I called it. So when I saw the movie, my rep followed me, so people knew in Houston I was a Batman fan. So I come out of the theater, there's a camera crew rating on me.
Oh, of course.
They're like, of course, I'm mine. What do you think? And in that interview, as soon as the reporter put the mic in my face, I was like, Heath Ledger's gonna win the Academy Award for being Joker.
And he did.
I called it, right? And it was like the first. You could probably find that interview on YouTube. Ahman Green, Houston Texan, Batman, Dark Knight, whatever.
I'll find that.
But yeah, I
Alright,
called it. I was like, cause I remember as a kid seeing what Jack Nicholson did, and
He upped the game.
he took it. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. When he said he made the pencil disappear, I was like,
Game.
Come on now.
that's
Come on.
smooth. That's a Joker thing right there. Because Joker, he's so cynical that stuff to us that we think that it's like, oh my God. He's like, oh,
That's
normal
hilarious.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's blowing up a hospital.
all about
I mean,
something
That's
funny to
me
him,
waking
right?
up out of
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
bed, go getting the coffee. That's normal. Yeah, I'm gonna just blow everybody up.
Well, hopefully we can
Burn.
just cross our fingers and hope
Right.
for the writing to be great and he just gets swole. And
So
what's the
don't
point?
take that. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Patterson.
Just waiting and seeing.
Yeah,
I just
let's
gotta wait and
Wait
see,
and see.
man. Just get
Absolutely.
swole.
That's
If you
fine.
get swole, you're on your way.
Well, if
to
you
a
need
lot
some
of,
help,
a
mine's
lot of
offering
guys
his
like
assistance.
myself
Absolutely.
that will love it.
He'll get
So
you in Batman
we've
shape.
had a lot of people on Facebook. We've had them on YouTube. We had maybe a couple questions before we dive into our polar plunge. I thought we had the freezer forecast, but we have the polar plunge. Andrew, what do we have? I mean, how many questions do we have? We could just throw out one or so.
Well, we can do this one is Packers vs. Broncos week 3. Can Ahman suit up, drop 218 yards on them again, call it a day?
Yo, I
gotta
remember
talk-
that.
That
run.
was
I
one of
was
the-
in this north end zone where you're running at me, and I'm like, "There's no one in front of him. He's coming all the way."
That was
hostile.
one of the greatest runs I mean, as a Packer fan watching it, and seeing it. I'm
Where
like,
were
oh
you
my-
at?
I was in my house. I didn't.
You were
I
in the
was.
stands?
He was in the.
no, south end zone, so you were
Right.
Yeah,
running
he's
right
the-
at me.
yeah,
okay.
absolutely. So I was at
Sweet.
my home and I was just jumping up and down, screaming to the top of my lungs. But he's obviously there. I mean, that's gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just suit up real quick and we'll just.
I would, trust me, I would love to. It would be between two people, Mike Gunicus and Marie Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
My wife. You're like, no, you done. You are done with
Come on now,
football.
just give me one series.
all we
That's
have
what I
there?
tell people. Like when they ask me, I say, look, give me 5 plays in the first half, 5 plays in the second half.
And I'm good.
I'm good. That's what I need every game.
All right,
Give me
Ahman.
2
So you're gonna be diving into our polar plunge. It's a segment that we have. It's a little fun thing that we do here at the Freezer Podcast.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw a question out to you. You can just answer it how you ever want. It can be personal because it's obviously the truth. So we'll see what you say here.
Okay.
What is your most memorable play as a football player in your career?
As a football player, oh man,
It could be college or pro.
it
so
could be college, pro,
Even high school.
Little League,
even high school.
school.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Man, it's all of it. I could give moments. I would say my first, so in Little League, we're going all the way. So I grew up, I was born in Nebraska, but I also grew up in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So my first big hit set the tone for my whole football life.
Did you do the hitting, or did you get?
Yeah,
I
just
was
like
the
wacky.
hitter.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
all
hitter.
right.
All right.
And so I hit
That
this
usually
kid.
makes
So
it
I
fun
hit
for
my.
someone.
So this is when everything was legal. Oklahoma
Yeah.
drill was legal.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Running in basically
The
full
good
tilt
times.
like this is legal. I was 9 years old when this happened.
Okay.
Poor kid.
So I
Whoever
came.
the-
So we're the drill. So this is the running back over here. I'm the defender coming in as like a side to angle tackle. We hit each other so hard that I thought I thought football was done. Because
Never
it was
doing
like
this again.
my neck, everything it just went numb. I was like crying. This is over. I was like, oh, God, I can't feel my neck, can't feel my shoulder.
Coach, get me out of here.
My dad was a coach. He picked me up. He took me to a car. We go to the hospital. We're sitting there in emergency. And then they put an ice bag on it. And I'm just sitting there like, this is it. And I was like, baseball, football, basketball.
What other sports can I play?
I'm thinking about swimming, like, football, done. And then the doctor, gets me, takes the ice bag off, examines me, does the strength test and all that. And then he's like, oh, you just got a stinger. And the way he said it was like, that's it?
You used to that, kid.
Right, basically get used to that, and that's it. And I'm like, I was like, all right. He's like, you got any questions? He asked my dad that, and I said, I got a question. I said, is that the hardest I'm gonna get hit ever? He's like, pretty much. I was like, oh, it's good.
I'm good. Let's go.
I was like, oh, I'm good. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna get to hit people, and that's the most pain I'm gonna feel. I could take that.
I'm in.
So that's what happened. So that's why I ran the way I ran once I got here.
Okay.
Because I remember post game walking. You walk. Every game, guys come to the middle field. They shake hands. Hey man, good game.
Absolutely.
Guys would come up between my rookie year, pretty much my whole career. Guys would come up to me like, "Man, you crazy." I had linebackers tell me, "You are the only running back that runs at me." I had linebackers. Urlacher said that to me one time. He's like, "Dude, you don't make sense. You run at me." I've chased Sean Alexander out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
He's running away from me.
Not you though.
We got to plan differently. I was
Little do they know when you're
That's
9, your doctor.
right. He said
Well,
the
that's a
tone.
good segue. So we did a little research. So how much did you emulate your game to Walter Payton? Because obviously you roared the number 34.
Yep, not last year. Correct.
Yep. So because that was obviously your second stint with the Packers.
Yep.
So was that kind of a big thing for you? Like, did you try to emulate your game to like as many people as you could, or did you just try to? I mean, obviously you just said it.
Right.
You were running
You
into
kind of had
people.
your own brand too.
Sweetness was like basically running around people.
100%
Yeah.
was I was trying to mimic the game of Walter Payton. 100%.
Absolutely.
I watched his. They made a highlight film. NFL Films made Pure Payton.
Yep.
I watched that movie, which is a 45-minute, 30-second movie, every night before kickoff.
That's awesome.
So either Sunday nights before Monday night or Saturday nights before Sunday games. I'll watch that game. Watch that documentary of his life, college, pro, high school, little league, and on through the Super Bowl. It does like a snapshot of his career.
Yeah.
I watched that along with either Remember the Titans
Oh yeah.
or The Matrix.
Yes.
It was one of those two. That was it. That was verbatim. I either alternated between Remember the Titans and Matrix, the first Matrix.
Right, of course. Yeah.
That was the best one.
That's the best one.
Exactly.
Is Sweetness still the best you've seen? Anybody come close to him yet?
Well, if you want to go over the history of football, no, it's some. I mean, I got elements of in terms of between Barry and Jim Brown.
Yeah.
Guys today that I've enjoyed watched Todd Gurley, Marshawn Lynch. We're not much different in age either, but to see him do it is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
While we're talking about all-time stuff really quick, I didn't ask about this before. What does it mean to you to hold that all-time record with the Packers? Being such a storied franchise, I think anything that exists for 100 years and you're at the top of something on that list,
Right.
I mean, that's quite the significant
I
accomplishment.
mean, you're
No.
etched right there. Ahman Green.
Yeah,
Leading
one
rusher.
of one.
Yeah.
You're right.
One of one.
For me, it's just like, wow, because I never played for that.
Mhm.
You could probably, I say, a few of my coaches and most of my teammates, they knew I didn't play for stats.
Sure.
The only stat I was playing for was a Super Bowl and wins.
Get the wins, yeah.
The wins during the regular season get us to the playoffs. They get us through the playoffs to win the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Those are the stats I wanted. Everything else was bonus. You
Yeah.
know, to have the NFC, rushing title that one year in 03. And
Yeah, the 1,800 plus yards.
exactly what our O-line did that helped me, because that's how I looked at it. It was a team thing, no matter
Sure.
what. Anything that happened else that I was able to do was just a product of my teammates doing their job.
For sure.
And vice versa. So when I got that record and when McCarthy brought me back in, that was one of the things that kind of, beyond his setting the tone with the bye week. He probably he probably knows this now. He'll know this now. Between setting that tone that bye week, I was like, I like this dude already. What kind of ended it? It was like kind of our closure, because I knew potentially this could be my last season, but I'll be hopeful. I was always optimistic. Like I said, I thought we were going into the Super Bowl after we lost to the Cardinals, but I wasn't on the roster. That's okay. That's part of the business world. But when I was on call with him and Ted when they were bringing me in, I actually got a little. I was like,
Yeah.
this is it. I don't know. But then he says we got to bring Ahman back to get him that record. When he said that, I was like, I always liked this dude. I knew I liked this dude.
That's awesome.
Had my back
So
from day
he
one.
said, he said we got to get you that record.
Awesome.
That was the first one of his first comments.
That's a beautiful
on the phone
segue
call.
because obviously he just got inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame. And what was it like for you when you got that call?
It was something that, again, just like the record, it was like I knew me. That one, unfortunately, you kind of knew was coming because I knew what I've done. I had the time to reflect on my career.
Sure.
It was 2014. My career ended in 2009, so I had plenty of time to look back on it. And everybody was telling me, you're getting phone, you're
gonna
phone
be
call.
in. You're gonna
so
be
really
in.
no surprise. I
Right,
was like,
yeah.
but it was still cool.
Sure.
And to be a
You're
part
in Packer
of
lore.
Yeah,
You know?
part of history, part of fraternity that is very rare. Because Packers been around for 100 years now. And a lot of teams in NFL can't say that
Yeah,
about
it's a
their
little different with
organization.
green and gold. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing. Like if you look at the Texans, obviously they're a
Very
brand new team. You know,
Yeah.
it's different when you're the original team.
All the greats that
along
have
with the
come through
Bears,
here,
and
the
obviously
'60s
stuff.
guys,
Yes.
Horning and Jim Taylor, a
Those
long
guys still
long
kicking.
lineage there.
And you still see, I see them
They
guys,
still
which is
going.
cool.
Yeah.
See Jim and Paul, who is he's a grumpy old man.
It's
So be careful when approaching Paul Horning.
give him 10 feet of space.
Yeah,
Settle
you
down.
might want to put your earmuffs on because he earned it though.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Ahman, this has been one of the most amazing experiences that Matt and I probably will always remember for the rest of our
yeah.
lives.
We appreciate
This is a podcast we just started just out of the blue. We just thought we could do this, because we felt like our connection about the Packers and the way we talk to each other. We just thought we'd try to do this, and obviously, our friend Dave here at Powers Comics. You got to check this place out.
Yes.
I went to Suicide Squad with you and at the Hall of Fame,
At the
and
Hall of
I
Fame.
met you, and it was just one of the greatest experiences then too. And to do a show with you for a full hour, it's an honor, honestly. So thank you so much
Yeah,
for
man, we
joining our
appreciate it.
show.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say this because next time we get you on the show, we got to do a Madden game.
Okay.
We'll do a little 2v1 maybe because I don't know if we can handle you 1-on-1. So we might.
I play the DN. You
I'll
play
play
the
the
middle
offense,
linebacker.
So we'll have
You
to
can
do an
do that
offense.
now,
We'll
man.
do a Madden episode. We'll have
Yeah.
that streaming. Thank you so much. It's been it means the world to us. Obviously, this is why Packer fans are so loyal because they get to hear things like this, stories like this.
Yeah.
For the guys over there, walked through the tunnels, and it was an awesome experience. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I try to help the young bucks. As I say, the last time I was able to talk to them was when the year I did my internship. Actually, it was the year I did my internship was Eddie Lacy's rookie year.
Yeah.
And then that off season, I was able to. That's when. So the following year I got inducted. So Eddie got he got the offensive rookie of the
Yep.
year. So he got another award. He was sitting in the stands at my induction or in the tables. I'm sorry. And I told him, and I would tell any rookie Packer right now, get connected to the fans. Do it at your pace.
Sure.
Because I've been an athlete at a high level for a long time. And what I know is a lot of guys are not like me.
Right.
They're not comfortable talking to fans. They're not comfortable talking to anybody.
Sure.
I kind of did it because being in Nebraska and the fans looked like they were fanatical.
You were.
And I was just like humbled for the fact that somebody want to come up to me and say, for one, oh my God,
You're you.
you're you. You're Ahman Green. I'm like,
The famous words right there.
I
You're
know I
you.
am.
Yeah.
But if you really knew me, would you be a fan?
Yeah, I
of
was
me?
gonna say.
I was like, I picked my, it's like it's like, hey, I'm just a normal guy. That's how I look at myself. But
Of course.
so it was special being part of that. But I also learned right away growing up in this, at a high level of football, that a lot of guys weren't used to that.
No.
And so
no.
I try to tell the young guys, if you can, at your pace, at your comfort level, get connected with some of the fans, and don't force it. Just let it happen naturally.
Right.
And you might learn something about them and about the community they're from, and then you get that better connection. And that's basically what I learned back when I was 17 to now. That's how I'm very comfortable doing this, and hanging out with guys like you is original. It's not.
Right,
It's
absolutely.
not forced.
Right.
It's not fake because guys, like I said, guys either don't do it at all,
Right.
or it's fabricated. And it's not real. And so I tell them guys, if I can talk to them, which I did with Eddie, I was like, do it, man. I said, just do it at your pace.
Embrace it. And this
You know,
town loves
embrace it. And
this
they
town
want
loves
the
the
fan.
team.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll take care of you. You get comic books for free.
Exactly.
There you
Come
go.
in here when the store's closed.
Right, absolutely. So there it is. I mean, that's a local feel of Packer fandom
Right.
to a worldwide audience.
That's
That's
awesome,
what
man.
we're about. So, again, this has been a great experience. We're gonna have to have you back on. We're gonna do something
Yes.
awesome. We'll probably be
Got
in this
to.
awesome place. Check out Powers Comics, 2180 Southridge
Yep.
Road.
Support your local comic book
Yeah,
store.
absolutely.
Do
Amen.
it.
Amen. And there's no better one than this one right here.
Yes.
With that being said, I'm Sanjay.
And I'm Matt, and he's Mon.
Go Pack Go.
Day ones, no time for fake ones. Got me, I got you. All dreams they come true. Stay down till the end. Need me, I need them. Whole team.